feel like you did well, and what are things you feel like you can improve upon?
We haven't actually watched
Oh,
film
you haven't?
yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
Okay.
Can you take us through that run, the 74-yard run?
You know, the inside zone play, the offensive line did a great job opening up a big hole, try to get to the second level and just make a play. You know, that's what coaches talk about all the time. You know, they try to get us started, but after that, you know, they want to see what we can do and, you know, how we handle the game. So I just try to make a play.
What bum you got tracked down from behind?
I mean, Dory Jackson's a great player. You know, he's fast. So that's all there was to it.
Obviously, we saw last year Derrick would get better as the game went on. Do you feel like you also have that quality in yourself?
I mean, Derrick was a great player last year, but you know, I don't like to compare myself to anybody. But
you feel you get better as the game gets on and the more reps you get?
I mean, I try to. You know, that's the goal. But next question.
You showed some pretty nifty feet on some of those runs. Is that something you always had, or something you worked on this offseason?
I mean, you know, overall in the offseason, I just try to work on my game. You know, anything, whether I had it or didn't have it, you know, I just try to develop as a player and get better every single day. So, you know, when this season came around, you know, I'd be more ready to make plays and, you know, help the team win and just do things that coaches needed me to do. So I just tried to work on it as much as I could during the offseason.
Did you feel you weren't getting enough attention coming into that?
What's the question?
Did you feel you weren't getting enough attention, maybe enough credit before that game? People were talking about you enough?
I mean, I didn't think about that at all, to be honest with you. I just worked on getting better every single day.
What did you see in that goal when you finished at number 7, not that 1-1?
Like I said, you know, the offensive line, they did a great job getting movement up front. You know, they moved the down guys and created a big hole. So, you know, after that, you know, I just wanted to try to make a play.
What's the thought process when you see somebody in that kind of situation? What's going through your head when it's kind of an open field situation, kind of one-on-one?
Well, I mean, like I said, just making a play. You know, you want to, whether you got to, you know, try to run through a tackle or try to make a guy miss, whatever you got to do, you know, you kind of got to take what the defender gives you, but, you know, you just want to make a play.
Is there an extra amount of excitement when you do see a big pull like that? Just kind of describe that mental process.
That's a tough question to answer. I mean, anytime you're running back and, you know, you see a big hole like that, your eyes kind of light up and, you know, you just, it's plays like that that you really want to thank your O-lineman for and make sure, you know, you give them all the credit because, you know, without them, the play would have never gotten started. So, but, you know, they did a good job opening it up and, you know, I guess my eyes did get kind of big, so just want to make a play.
On the earlier big run,
What was that?
How did Jalen help open up the running lanes for you?
I mean, Jalen's a great quarterback, and you know, he offers a lot to the offense, and you know, teams kind of have to prepare for him. So, you know, he can throw the ball, he can run, just like all of our quarterbacks. You know, they all do a good job of that. So, defenses have to kind of prepare for that run, pass, threat, and you know, that opens up you know, a few more running lanes for the running backs.
On the earlier big run, it looked like you utilized the jump cut a little bit more, even back and forth. How much is that part of your game as well?
I mean, it's just something I worked on during the off season. Trying to have better balance, you know, better footwork, bursting out of my cuts. You know, those are the things that Coach Burns really emphasizes. You know, to get north and south as fast as possible. So that's just something that we would work on day in and day out.
How much more comfortable are you in pass protection this season?
I mean, I worked on it a lot during the off season. You know, last year, you know, coming into college, you know, you don't really have to block that many people in high school. But you know, last year that was a big learning curve that, you know, I had to take on, you know, head first. And, you know, I worked a lot during the off season getting better at it. So, you know, I think I'm more comfortable with it.
How much weight loss
right now?
What's that?
What do you have weight loss?
218.
Read option, obviously we didn't get to see it because we botched on the first time, but how much more explosive can the running game be if you guys get that going with Jalen?
I mean, with any of our quarterbacks, you know, all of our quarterbacks have the ability to throw the ball around the field or run the ball if they have to. So, you know, once we get that down, you know, with anybody, regardless of who it is, you know, I think it'll be a great weapon for us.
What is what are they teaching as far as the mesh point goes and when to kind of give it up? It looked like on that fumble, Jalen kept it a little bit longer, or maybe you held on to it a little bit harder. What's the challenge there?
I mean, it's just something we got to work on practice, getting better timing.
Is there a little bit of extra excitement playing a Kentucky team?
I mean, they're a great team, you know, just like anybody else on their schedule. You know, they got a lot of great players. They're coming off a great year last year. So, you know, we're going to have to prepare for them, you know, just as hard as we would anybody else. And we're we'll be ready to play on Saturday.
Do you have any friends on that team?
Considering you guys run out of 11 personnel, how important do you recognize the receiver blocks to be in this offense?
Receiver blocking?
Yeah, like, and how important is it for you, just, you know, and how much do you recognize, like, what they do, and like Calvin and those guys, helping block and open up holes for you, you know?
I mean, they're just like O-linemen, you know. Anybody that has a chance to get a block, whether it's, you know, lineman, running back, quarterback, receiver, you know, it just helps out the offense. So, you know, those guys do a great job on the edge, blocking secondary guys. So, you know, they really help us out in the run game.
Who's the toughest guy in your defense to block?
Toughest guy on our defense, all of them, all 11 guys.
Do you know any of the players at Western Kentucky?
Receiver and Nakarius Fant. We played in the same class in Kentucky. He's a great player. You know, that's about it.
Do you get a chance to talk to those guys, or kind of?
Not really, no.
How much has Coach emphasized not taking them lightly? Just Western Kentucky, you know?
I mean, we don't want to take anybody lightly, you know, no matter who it is on the schedule. You know, they're a great team. Like I said, they came off a great season last year. They had a great win this past weekend. So, you know, we'll have to prepare for them just like anybody else, and we'll have to be ready to play on Saturday.
All right, thanks, Damien.